Hi there. Do you really like guests? And what about unexpected ones? Unexpected animal guests, actually. Do you dream of waking up in the morning and watching wild creatures walking around your house? And now you'll see the most common animal guests in your house. And let's start from these impressive guys, alligators. Just look at this 9-foot intruder. He didn't even knock on the door when he crawled into this unlocked home under construction in Louisiana. He was caught red-handed, relaxing on the floor, when the astonished owner of the house got in to check the place. And in this case, the resident of Florida, Mary Weishausen, woke up at 3 in the morning hearing a terrible noise. She was quite shocked to see an 11-foot alligator. The reptile seemed to have broken into her home through a low kitchen window. As for this little guy, he was very upset seeing that people are having fun without him. He decided to join them in the pool. They didn't like it, of course. Actually, gators have a natural fear of humans, but it doesn't prevent them from getting in people's dwellings. They are very typical guests if you live in Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, or North Carolina. Be careful. Here is one more reptile that can drop in on you, especially if you are a resident of Arizona. Just look at this cute thing investigating the porch of the house. Hey dude, you're not welcome here. Gila monster is one of the more elusive yet most interesting creatures in the American Southwest. Just imagine, it's one of only 2 venomous species of lizards on Earth, and it can deliver a very painful, burning, venomous bite if you encounter it. Besides, these lizards are known for their tenacity when they do bite. They may need to be forcibly disengaged from their victims. The Gila monsters release neurotoxins through grooves in their teeth. Just look at this woman keeping something under the glass on the floor. What's that? A centipede, you know. A very unpleasant looking dweller of your house. What is a centipede? It's an ugly creature that has a great number of legs. Centipedes enter home in fall to escape the cold and to hunt for food. Biting centipedes use venom and inject their prey with toxins. These chemicals pose no serious threat to humans, but bites from these centipedes are very painful. Although these centipedes are disgusting and scary to look at, they are tremendously helpful when it comes to controlling other insects within a home. So think twice before trying to make away with it. Ugh, how can this dude keep it in his hands? Yuck! In 2019, the authorities of some cities and towns of Arizona hurried to warn dog owners because their pets were in real danger. The reason is toxic toads that came out during monsoon pose danger to dogs. These are the Sonoran desert toads, also known as the Colorado River toads. They spend most of the year burrowed in the ground and come out with the summer rain. If your dog gets one of these toads in its mouth, the neurotoxin a toad secretes can cause a lot of troubles for the poor dog. It will make the dog foam at the mouth, suffer seizures, high fever, dilated pupils, and a rapid heartbeat. And this situation can end dramatically, so be aware. Have you ever heard that some animals can attack you from below when you're sitting in the toilet? Several cases of snakes in a toilet bowl were spotted in different places around the world. In Thailand, in Australia, and in many other places. For example, a man's you-know-what was bitten in one of the cities in Australia. Just imagine, the guy was sitting in the toilet and was sure not to expect any danger from below. Scientists say snakes can get into a toilet through an opening in the sewer. One day, a Colorado woman called police when she came home to find her house trashed. You can't even picture how surprised she was to watch this video. Police think the intruder had gotten into the house through the opened window. But what was most astonishing was his wish to play the piano. Bears often visit humans' houses in the search of food. These people were unlucky to sleep in bed when this unwanted guest arrived. The first place he checked was, of course, the fridge. Young bears often break into people's dwellings out of curiosity. Just like this cub in California that wanted to have some fun but wasn't against having some tasty food. So he just stole some snacks from the bird feeder. Poor birdies. And one more creature that is fond of getting inside people's houses, the fox. In England, it's a rather typical situation for wildlife rescue services. Simon Cowell from Wildlife Aid was called out to help a family who had a fox in their living room. The living room was a pigsty. Just look at this terrible mess. Both the owners of the house and the fox were scared. It was a challenge to catch the animal, but Simon managed to do it.
I'm not sure what the matter with him is. We'll take him back and try and discover why he's quite so tame.
Foxes often come inside some houses through cat flaps in search of food. And if the fox panics and cannot find its way out quickly, bedlam ensues and great damage can be caused in the place. Black Widow. Have you heard this name? I'm sure you have, and of course, you have no wish to see one of the most dangerous spiders in your place. This is Caracurt, a subspecies of the black widow, and it's rather often met in Crimea. For human, black widow bites can be fatal if not treated on time. Black widows can be encountered around Europe. To be on the safe side, if you visit the places of their habitat, don't walk barefoot. And of course, don't sleep in the steep on bare ground. Caracurts are not the only spiders that can get into the place you live in. This woman found a huge one at her sliding glass door. The woman wasn't sure about the species, but it pretty much looks like the infamous banana spider. She was scared but fascinated at the same time because the creature had covered all the bugs in a cocoon, leaving none of them in her house. The lady was clever enough not to approach it. And this guy came in his new office and discovered someone else had already moved in. The biggest spider he had ever seen. As he said, he even measured it. The monster turned out to be 4 inches across. There are a lot of different species that can visit you. Some of them are harmless, others are not. But you can't know for sure. So just try not to touch them or call a specialist that can help you to get rid of the unwelcome visitors. Here are the last creatures that anyone wants to see in their house: Africanized honeybees. For the past 50 years, the Africanized honeybees have been a great concern all over South and North America. The Africanized bee is a hybrid species. They were established when bees from southern Africa and local Brazilian honeybees mated. Africanized honeybees are dangerous stinging insects. They are known to chase people for more than 1/4 of a mile once they get excited and aggressive. This unlucky fellow bought a house with a hive in it. And this man found in his living room wall a hive over 5 feet long and 16 inches wide. It had 3 full layers of comb and at least 30,000 bees. Of course, they called the specialist to deal with their findings. The most unpleasant thing about them is that Africanized honeybees look very similar to European honeybees. And the main thing with these creatures is not to disturb them. So be careful around holes in the ground, especially when mowing the lawn or otherwise maintaining property. I guess that's enough for today. Have you ever had unexpected animal guests? If you have, write in the comments about it. And don't forget to watch my playlist with other interesting videos. See ya!